Booker vlog, take 2. Hello everybody, yes, this is take 2 of this intro and attempting to do this vlog. The very first time I tried to do this on August 3rd, it is now August 9th, I filmed the intro. It was very chaotic. I tried to edit the intro and I was like, this is so annoying. So I decided to just discard that. And also, it was August 3rd and 4th, I think I had footage of. And then all the rest of the time, every single day after that, I have nothing. I haven't been vlogging like I've been wanting to. Like I said, it is August 9th. The Booker Prize shortlist is on September 6th. I want to have read all of these books by September 6th. That's a little bit less than a month. Can I do it? I have no clue. Yes, I'm ambitious. We know this going in. I'm excited. I want to do and show you maybe a little book schedule, like a reading schedule, so that I can try and cram. I shouldn't say cram. I want to enjoy all these books, but I should, read them all before then. Just hearing that sounds so crazy. We'll see what happens. Let's put it that way. I have already read 2 of these books. One of them was Small Things Like These, which I read last month before I knew it was a Booker Prize book. I will come to you with a review of that one in this vlog. This will probably be in multiple parts. I'm not going to talk about all 13 books in one part, trust. And I also want to talk about A William, which is something that I just finished a few days ago. And then I want to say that I am in the middle of Booth right now, probably like halfway through. Yeah, 238. I am really liking this one so far. I will come to you talking about this very soon, hopefully. By the way, I do not have all the books yet. I don't. I don't know how I'm gonna get them. And not yet. I'll figure it out, of course, but that's also another thing. That's just another layer. I don't even have all the books, so I hope you guys come along with me on this fun little journey of me reading, because everybody wants to see that, right? It took me about 50 times to do that intro, because I have been having brain fog all day. That's all I'm gonna say. Hello. Okay, I just want to say I've been reading Booth. I am now officially on page 300 out of 466. So that's exciting. There's this much left. And I haven't talked about it at all. So let's do that, shall we? By the way, I'm outside. I hope it's not annoying or anything. I just was reading outside and was like, I'm already on page 300 and haven't said a solitary thing about it. Let's not do that. That's the place I need to be facing for real. You know what I mean. Should I change places? I don't know. Is this better? By the way, you can probably see Zeus. Don't mind him. You can probably hear him. You're so loud, Zeus. He's right here. Look at this guy. Anyway, Booth by Karen Joy Fowler is about, John Wilkes Booth, the one who assassinated Abraham Lincoln. Yep, it's a book about him. I didn't even know that until an embarrassingly amount of the way in. That makes it sound so boring, I feel like, but this is very interesting. It runs down the entire Booth family. It's half fiction, half non-fiction. I feel like the only non-fictional parts are the character and the family itself. That wasn't fictional. They actually had John Wilkes Booth actually had a huge family with all these siblings. And all the siblings are presented here. Lots of them die when they're young, but then all the ones who are still surviving, we see them grow. It talks all about the family dynamics. The father, of course, who is a Shakespearean actor, and he is very eccentric, he is very popular, everybody knows him. He was like a legendary actor. But one thing was that he was like always acting, like doing his performances drunk as fuck. And like that was something. And then like Edwin is one of the kids from here, and he was sent to look after his dad while his dad was away on acting business, like he does every so often. And we see Edwin take his place kind of in the way, like, it looked like there was somebody in the reflection for a second. We look at Edwin, and he takes the place of his father, kind of like he starts acting as well in Shakespeare plays. And then of course it talks about John, but you know, he isn't even that mentioned. That was so amazing. Okay, you obviously couldn't see it. Okay, so we've been having so many chimney swifts everywhere, and if you don't know, chimney swifts are my favorite bird. I keep seeing, like, they just keep on coming. And one of them just like was like going up and then just like flew. Oh my god. I love chimney swifts. Anyways, okay. Feel like this has been hard for me to explain. Like, I feel like I haven't even coherently said the plot, but hopefully you get it. There's a lot that happens in this chunky little book. Like, chunky little, that's a freaking paradoxical sentence. But it does feel like chunky little. I don't know how else to describe it. I've been loving like the family saga. I absolutely loved Father. It's just entertaining, and I like that it's like this historical fiction / nonfiction type thing. I always forget that I kind of like historical fiction, I think. And like when I don't know. When I realized that this was historical fiction, I was instantly like, okay, a little weary, but it's just so easy to get into, I feel like, to just like be in a different time for a second. That shit's loud. Oh my god, it's gonna rain. You guys can't see the rain clouds, but there is rain clouds. It's rained every single night. Anyways, let me say how much I like this and then go on about my time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would rate it so far yet, and whatever. I might not even rate it. Who knows? Like, I've been trying to not rate every single book that I read lately, and it's just vibe. Just vibe. I just like reading to enjoy. You hear the thunder? Okay. I'm gonna have to get the dogs inside too. I gotta hurry up. It's not gonna happen in a second. Right? It might. Okay. I think it's really funny. I think that I can see, like, you know, it's satirical. My boyfriend's calling. This is a disaster. I will finish this probably inside. Like, look at how intense these clouds are. Guys ready to go into basement? I think they might be. Hi, it's August 10th now, and it is 10:30 in the morning. And remember last night when I got a little bit interrupted by the storm, and I like was in the middle of talking about this? I mean, I think I basically said what I wanted to say. I was just giving my 2 cents, and I basically just was saying that I surprisingly enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would. And now I'm here saying that I am hoping to finish it today. I'm still in the same place that I was yesterday. I'm on page 303. So I have like 160 some pages left to go, and hopefully I can finish it today. I am a little bit busy today because I have like my July wrap up to still do, and I planned on filming that today, but I might have to move it on to tomorrow or something. And then I also have like a job interview later today, so there's that. But all that, still, I don't care. I still want to finish this. Let's hope that happens. Okay. That's it. That's the update. See you guys on the flip side. Hello. Okay, so little segment in the vlog. I'm going to ask him to do the quiz that the Booker Prize came out with of what book you should read based on your answers. I'll tell you, they're a little weird. Like, I was like this, it's like BuzzFeed-esque a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So be prepared for that.
That's about what I was expecting.
Okay. And I think you're going to get Booth. Personally, knowing him, I've been reading Booth. If you've been watching, which you should be, I've been reading Booth, and I think he's going to get that one. Like a little historical fiction moment. I've told you about it, that it's about John Wilker's Booth.
John Wilkers.
Wilker.
Wilkes.
Wilkes. Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
That's not it. What is the...
John Wilkes Booth.
Are we going to tell... Is this going to go in the video that we're high right now? Or is this just something...
Yeah, well, I'm a little crossfaded. And that's embarrassing. That feels embarrassing. That's why I've never done this. I told him, I was like, I've never recorded high or drunk or anything like that. Like, even though I talk about it all the time, I've never been, and I am. So, right. He's going to do the quiz, and you're going to see it right now, and maybe read things out loud, think your thought process out loud.
So the first question is, who would you most like to recommend a novel to you?
I know. There's so many people I did not know.
I don't know anyone on this list.
Did you know Virginia
except for
Woolf?
Virginia Woolf.
Okay.
And I guess that's okay. I guess that means that's who I would ask.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Would you like to read a past Booker listed writer or a new addition to the Booker pantheon? Well, I mean, I feel like normally I would say like I kind of want to see what the old people were like. But given that this year it was like super experiment, I think I'm gonna go with a new voice. Okay, and this one, did I even say the last question? I'm really...
Yeah, you did.
Okay. What are you after in terms of length?
I said a big one, because I love my big books.
Yeah, I think I'm in on that. Because, like, Grace of Kings, I think... Normally I felt, like, alienated by it, but I feel like that was something that was written really well, and I liked having the depth to it.
Yeah.
Felt more like epic, like, so I'm going to say on the meteor side. To your mind, the most interesting stories get told. And the answers are in town or through village gossip.
It feels like the same thing, right?
What?
In town or in village gossip? That sounds like the same thing to me. That's what I thought the first time.
I don't know what that means. But now that I'm thinking about it, that literally sounds... I'm like, what is the question asking?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, to me, the word gossip is just something that I think I'm going to avoid. So I'm going to go in town.
I said the opposite. I love good drama. Some of them are super long like this.
Such a grace. Who is the person you most like to be able to discuss the next book you read with? There are quite a few prompts for this one, so I think the screen recording should probably...
I hope it records it all. He has, like, barely any storage on his phone. He does nothing, and it's so cool. Not, like, nothing.
Barely any storage? What does that mean?
Well, I remember when I took all that time, like, recording on your phone because my phone wasn't active. Like, it happened all the time.
This really feels like... BuzzFeed.
It's crazy. I'm trying to be, like, smart.
Yeah.
Does that mean?
Yeah.
But, like, that's what it feels like.
Like English, like a 200 level English class.
Yeah, like created something. That's exactly what it is.
This is bad. Honestly, being high, most of these just strike me as nonsense because they're so opposite of what I would think of to recommend.
It's hard. I mean, I got O. William. By the way, I meant to say that in the beginning. I got O. William, which is kind of boring because I read it and it wasn't everything. Like, I gave it a 4 stars, but it wasn't something I would tell myself to read. Like, I would not recommend this to somebody like me, necessarily.
I'm gonna go with All the Women I Can Find My Troubles To. In terms of book reviews, cliches. Oh, in terms of book review cliches. Would you rather laugh wryly, cry over the page, or nod along thoughtfully? Again, this is a BuzzFeed question.
Yeah.
What?
I said give me the bleak humor.
I genuinely nodded at this at one point, so I'm going to say this one.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a thoughtful nod, but I nodded. I'm going to pretend that it's thoughtful, just like this person. Do you spend any time reading Americans dominate the Booker longlist articles after this year's Booker dozen was announced.
What? I don't know what that means. None of those words are in the Bible.
Well, they added this after Mar-a-Lago. You know, they're adding like this whole new layer.
Yeah.
Would you like a break from our current news cycle? 100%. I believe so, yes. Which of the below are you most likely listening to?
Oh, I didn't know half these.
If it starts with Eric Satie at this point, like, you know that
Who's that?
It's like it's like he's big on YouTube. Like the guy that I watched, that he does the fish tank thing.
Oh yeah.
That was when I first found him, but he's like a contemporary writer, musician, and like
interesting.
All the pieces he composes are
they're very niche people. I said Hosier for fuck's sake. I knew Hosier and Kendrick Lamar, Childish Gambino, and I'm like, I don't like Kendrick Lamar. I love Hosier.
I feel like Childish Gambino is the only person that I listen to on a regular.
Oh God.
Oh! By nature, all fiction plays with the limits of what's true and what isn't. What is your preferred method for how that question is explored? Then again, these are pretty long prompts. I think I'm gonna go through folklore, myth, or fable, which allows me to recontextualize and test what I think to be true, because that's something that I really like in like manga. Has it been a long time since you were surprised by an unusually told novel?
That's kind of a good question.
Yeah, I would say yes. How many books by independent publishers have you read so far this year?
Well,
less than half.
Reading. What does reading really mean?
Wow, that I wasn't even realizing how quick the questions were going.
Yeah, there's only 12, and I saw what you got.
Yeah.
After
Sappho by Selby Wynne Schwartz.
Well, you know, I need to get that still. I do not own it. It's not on anything. It's actually kind of not even out. I don't know when it comes out. But, you know, anything up until October or September can be on the list. And I think this is like after it's announced, it comes out technically in the States. People in the UK can get it, and it's coming. I don't know if it's out or not yet. But
I just say, like, reading the little blurb about it.
You're intrigued?
I don't think this test is very good.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's good either. Because I got O. William, and I know there's going to be a book that hits me so hard and way harder than O. William ever will. O. William was, like, nice. I was going to compare it to Sorrow and Bliss, which I did not like that much. Anyways, that was fun. That was fun.
Okay, was it just me taking this was the part of it, or are we also going to talk about how, like, accurate we thought it is?
Well, do you want to talk about how accurate you think it is? I mean, it's going to be bad. It's BuzzFeed level for real.
I really thought that it was going to be...
It's not that great. I took it and I was like, wow, that was lame.
I guess it's hard to do that in the first place, so I think it's more of like a cute little...
It's supposed to be cute. And I knew that.
Like,
after taking
thing.
Yeah.
But...
It's cute. It's cute for real. I like the idea of it. I like the interactiveness for sure. It was fun. When I took it, I was like, oh, this is so exciting. I thought I was going to get maps of our...
kids. I was going to say fun for kids.
I was going to say...
Because
I wanted to get maps of our spectacular bodies, or I thought I was going to get that. Just because that's what I feel like I would recommend me. But I got a William, and that was so... I'm like, okay, I would never, ever give that, like... Oh my god, what would I recommend me? Because nobody ever gets it right.
Would you recommend the Booth to me? Out of all
Booth.
Would you recommend Booth? Oh.
Well, I haven't read all of them. I've only read 3. Oh, William, small things like these, and now I'm like almost done with Booth, but I'm not done. And like, I would recommend Booth to you.
Can I just tell you, this whole time, for some reason, I don't know where I got this from, but this struck me as being like a street play or something. Am I blind?
Kind of is. Oh my god!
I thought that it was like
maybe
the
that's
Booth.
the
I thought
vibe.
It was like, because you didn't tell me that it was John Wilkes Booth for a while.
Oh
and
yeah,
I just assumed that he was like some guy. And I'm still having a hard time connecting them together, but
I know it's Well, I was telling you that it's this whole entire family. It talks about the Booth family. It talks about his father and his mother. Right. Okay. His father was the one who was Shakespearean. Yeah.
I got that.
Okay. Anyways, oh, God, it's really great. Anyway.
But see.
I want you to read something. So it's going to be after Sappho.
Okay.
That's the challenge, by the way. That's what I was going to say to you. I want you to read something from the Booker Prize. It's going to be after Sappho. Then,
I think I got really excited because when they asked the thing about like the folklore and stuff, like I think that was kind of.
Oh.
So okay, so I'm reading after Sappho and then Booth and then.
And then anything else that I want to recommend to you? Do you want to read O. William?
No, not really.
Okay.
Can I just express my shock because I feel like.
Yeah.
I was really thinking that Lavona was going to be on this. And it's kind of crazy to me that it isn't. And like, I was kind of looking forward to that because for some reason it's always, I always need a reason to get into like what I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
And so like, I think I just have really bad like reasoning skills. So like something like that, like an award, that's oddly compelling to me.
I feel that. I feel that.
Not saying that's a bad book, obviously, but that like
I'll challenge you then to read that Bona. Would that be enough? Because I'm gonna do a vlog.
If you challenge, you have to be my rival. You have to challenge me to read everything. Okay, in the like, 4 months that I have left, I am going to read 30 books above what you're at.
No, the fuck you're.
Yeah.
Crazy.
30 books above. What is that now? Like one.
Well, I'm at 108.
You're at 108?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I say 50 or 30? What did I say?
I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to read 158 books by the end of the year. That's my goal.
You bookworm. You can do this.
I'm going to read all the hits. I want to
see that happen.
All the hits. Dr. Seuss. Shel Silverspring.
Let's see if he reads 158 books. Hey, I mean, you read your manga like nothing else.
I did. I caught up on One Piece.
Which is super impressive. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you do know, you know.
Is it BookTube? Is it because it's your book? It's kind of knows how to read. I just know how to like skim basically.
But
so do I
am Kai. And okay. I tell you that everything that you want to do flies, and this is what flies, and I'm here for it.
I just want to say, for anyone that likes manga, read One Piece. Because I really thought that anything that went above 1,000 chapters would just become tedious at some point, but it's like impressively done. And it's really funny too. And I love the sense of humor that Oda has.
I hate notifications so fucking
blowing up. That's from that manga cloud. So I start talking about they know.
Oh, they know.
Watch Kotaro Lives Alone.
Oh yes.
Netflix.
I really want to.
And that's relevant because it was like manga first. Anyway, wow, this is really rounded out.
Okay, I just got my hair in my mouth. I was just thinking it's been 18 minutes for this whole entire video clip, but I was like, I could just sit here and talk and record for forever. I was like, this is gonna be a long segment of the video because I want to keep so much in. And like, I was like, I should like do a separate video where it's like
this is where your channel distinguishes itself. It's the only channel on BookTube where the blooper reel is longer than the video itself.
Because look, it would be too embarrassing to like, I don't know, I'm so scared of my Booker vlog, which it's probably gonna be this first one because I'm gonna do like parts, and like I'm scared of it being like an hour and 30 minutes long. I am. But fuck it if it is. I don't give a shit. Like I'll still do it for sure.
Well, I just want to say, I think it's like kind of rare to see in like print like books, but in manga, like these like mangas that are like dynasties, they go through so many eras. And not to say that Berserk is like seemingly random and like the story doesn't flow well, but it goes through like big changes in art and stuff. And I think when you're like reading it, that's like a majority. I mean, it's like all the imagery you're getting from the art. So if you did not like the first volume, and this is ridiculous because it's a big waste of time if you don't, but I would seriously wait until like the golden arc ends, which you only know the end of it when you're done reading. But it really picks up, and it's like
I've been wanting to read it.
That's another thing. I honestly, like, if you don't want to read it, I completely understand, because when I read it, like, I was getting it for free, not through like good, it was like morally bankrupt, but like, it was for cheap. In my defense,
I remember that.
I really needed it, and it's like $55 for each volume. That's a lot. But once you get to the end of it, and like, I have yet to meet someone who has committed all of their time to Berserk and not loved it.
Okay.
And like, that includes people that at first were like, I don't think I'm gonna like this, and they kept going with it, and they liked it.
There we are. Wow. That really makes me want to get to it.
At the end of the video, this can be like the disclaimer. I apologize for staring into the camera.
Oh, you're staring into the camera.
I was staring into the camera like really hard.
And like at yourself or in the camera?
I think I was looking at myself like basically the entire time.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy because I could not do that. I cringe. Oh.
I think I was looking in horror for the most part. So
unless it's good lighting, when the sun hits well, I'll be like, anyways, guys.
My face looks like it's photoshopped on like this. Why is my beard so dark? Have you ever noticed that?
No, but I've noticed how light your hair has been. This is so blonde.
I know. It looks like I'm photoshopped really poorly. Like, what the hell?
No.
It does.
Not
look
at
at
all. No, I don't think so. When they're both
It's
blonde.
gonna be a lot to edit out.
I know.
Siblings are dating.
Oh my god. We're so blonde. Blonde twins.
There's gonna be a whack pad of like gender bent Bud and Coyote. But like only coyotes, and that's us. That's the life we're living right now.
Ew! No.
Go watch Grace and Frankie.
We've been watching Grace and Frankie. Somebody's gonna have to see this footage, but I don't know.
If Lily Tomlin sees this, praise.
Stop. Lily Tomlin is our hero. Did you know she's the voice of... Oh, fuck, what's her name? Miss Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle.
Magic School Bus, the OG. And, like, she's in Grace and Frankie, which is a great Netflix series that we've absolutely been loving. I want to...
5.
She's in 9 to 5! She's a hot... Dare I say it? Dare we say it? You know the word. Babe. Okay, guys, thank you for watching the quiz. We didn't go on a whole long-ass fucking high, drunk tangent.
This was.
We had to pose now. Bonk.
Am I stone-like?
Do you hear that? It's as if it's clawing. Big fucking project on my hand. Stop!
It was Lily Tomlin.
We're done. We have to be. It's 28 minutes long. Holy fuck. I have other fucking shit to film. I can't believe we just did that. I can't believe I let that happen. Hello. It is August 11th, and I am actually going to finish this today. For real. It would be way too embarrassing if I didn't. It's called living. Look it up. Hello, welcome to the first update of this vlog in this ugly ass study. By the way, you see this thing in my videos every single day, really. Like every single time I'm recording in this room, right? It's because it's my study. It's my library. That's my bookcase. Where I keep them all. I have yet to reorganize that case. It's really messy and half of my books aren't even in there. Anyway, I'm here to say that I finished Booth. I literally just finished it like about a half hour ago, 45 minutes ago, maybe less. I'm not here to talk about it right now. I'm not here to give my full review, but I will eventually. But my final thoughts are, I don't know what to rate it. I was just thinking that, and I'm like, I think it might be a 3.5. I did enjoy it, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, like going into it knowing that it was historical fiction. And I was thinking, do I even like things like this? I don't know. I'm like, if it was any other story and it wasn't John Wilkes Booth, would I care as much? Maybe, probably not. But I really enjoyed the way Karen Joy Fowler presented this information, made it super entertaining. The fictional parts were done very well, and definitely kept me engaged the entire time. 3 or 3.5. One of those two. I don't know yet. I'm so glad I finished it though. 3rd book of the Booker Prize done. Like, isn't this fucking room's color such an ugly color? It was just like that when we came here. Sam and I really want to repaint it. It's so nasty to look at. Anyway, we just have to deal with it. That's what we have to do. Hello. Okay, it is me. Little bit later, way after all of those clips were just done, but I'm here to talk and give my finalized opinions on Booth, even though I feel like I kind of already have. So I'm just gonna simply say I ended up officially giving it a 3-star. I did enjoy it. I keep saying I feel like it's more of a family saga, and I think that's what Karen Joy Fowler was going for this entire time, where it's just like, I keep saying a historical fiction following a family, just happens to be John Wilkes Booth family. But like, in the end and the acknowledgement, she even says herself that she doesn't want to really talk about like people, like the actual like assassins or shooters or anything like that. But she is intrigued by what's going on in the shooters' parents and families' heads. What is that like to this being your son? And I think that she just kind of wanted to discover that. But I think the way that she executed it wasn't as good as it could have been. Like, there could have been a lot more to that. I just feel like we didn't really know much about the genuine reactions of the siblings and mother. The thing is, these characters were very flat. Like, there wasn't much going on except for that they were John Wilkes Booth's siblings. Like, that was basically the only thing that was important about them, it felt like, because everything else was like secondary. And like, but at the same time, I've said this before earlier, John Wilkes Booth wasn't even talked about until like a bit of the way in. Like, he wasn't even born until a little bit of the way in. So it's like obvious that to me that like Fowler is trying to talk about the family. It's like, but you didn't even do like that great of a job at doing that. I think if siblings were more fleshed out, this would have easily been like a 4-star for me. I really did enjoy it. I understood that it was supposed to be like satirical and silly, and like, I really liked Father. I really loved his character. I wish we actually got more of him. I think he was probably the most fleshed out character of the entire book. And see, I really liked him. It's like, probably because I actually knew him. I don't know. So yeah, I feel like I've said a lot about this book specifically in this vlog. It was like the main event, I feel like. So I think that's all I'm gonna have to say about it. You know, it made me laugh at some points and times too. Oh yeah, and there's also like these breaks in between with like the Abraham Lincoln, like, it's just like a little bit of a non-fiction insert about Abraham Lincoln, and it's here every so often. Like, it's pretty significant in the book, and I have got to say I think that is unnecessary. I do, especially after reading the author's note and hearing her say what she planned on doing. Like, okay, if it's about the shooter's family, like, let's keep it that way. It feels like you're trying to do too much. So that's another reason for my like mediocre rating. But I really wanted to enjoy this one, and I haven't even talked about this yet. Absolutely love this cover, the official Booker UK cover. Absolutely love it, way more than this one. But you know, my boyfriend said that he thought it looked like a street play, and I was like, maybe that is the vibes, like a street play, like I don't know, like Shakespeare, and like it's supposed to be like a play. Look, I don't know. I don't like this cover is what I'm trying to say. But this one, I love it, and I could have this like as a poster hanging up somewhere. Like, I would love that. And that is what I'll say about that. Awesome. That's Booth by Karen Joy Fowler. What's wrong with me? Also, I meant to say, I stopped recording before I said this. Now I don't know what book I'm going to move on to. I don't know if I should move on to Glory or Trust, because here's my thing. I have both Glory and Trust on Libby. All of these are like one-word titles. Glory, Trust, Booth. Anyway, I don't know which one to read, because Glory I have available, and I've had it available as an ebook for the last 2 weeks. I have 5 days left, sorry. And Trust I just now got when I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting, like, it was the last one on my shelf, like on my holds, and then all of a sudden I got it, like randomly, and I was like, okay, was not expecting that, and I don't have an audiobook for it, but I think I'm gonna need an audiobook for it. So I want to read Trust with the audiobook on Audible, because the audiobook for Trust is not available on Libby just yet. I'd have to wait 7 weeks. That's what it says. That's a long wait. And, you know, I would just wait it out, basically. It probably wouldn't take that long. But then Glory, I also have the audiobook of that on my holds, and that says it's 2 weeks. I don't know if I want to use an Audible credit for the audiobook of Glory, because I also want to read along with an audiobook on that. I don't know if I want to just use my credit or wait, like wait until I have both the audiobook and the ebook. I think I'm gonna get the credit. I've been really excited to read Glory, and I really want to get to it, and I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and use that credit. I think that's my answer. And I'm gonna use the credit for Trust. So those are my next 2 books, probably. Glory mostly, though. I'm gonna try to read Glory in the next 5 days. Okay. Cool. I can do that. Hello. Happy August 14th. I just want to come on here and say I'm only 24% of the way into Glory. I have to finish it today. I have 1 day left, it says on Libby, so that's fun. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna have to like put it on hold for right now and wait another 2 weeks or until whenever the other person who is waiting reads it. And that's not gonna be very fun. So I'm gonna read as much as I can today, but I have a pretty busy day. So I'm just gonna read whenever I can. Like, I'm literally about to leave in a second to go to a place that I've been before to be like, hey, got any jobs for me? Because I know they do, because I see it on Indeed all the time. And I went to this place. It's called Food Lion, if you ever heard of it. I don't know why I keep calling it this place. I went there in February, and you know, I talked about it in a vlog, but that vlog never saw the face of the earth. I deleted all that footage. But yeah, I'm going back because there's not many places in the place that I live to work, and I haven't worked for like a year, and money is just super tight. So I'm sucking it up and working at Food Lion. That's where my boyfriend works, so it's not gonna be too bad, right? And you know, it's conveniently close by, and whatever. And it doesn't have to be my entire life. Hello, no, never. Anyway, I'm sorry, that was more for me. And then we're going to Home Depot to get look at colors, because we are planning on painting this room for the 3rd time over. This is our 3rd time doing such things. Actually, we have old paint swatches in here. This was gonna be for the bedroom, which I can't imagine now. I don't know why we picked this. And then this was gonna be for this room, I think. Because I like a color like this. Like, this is like kind of the thing that I want. Like a little, I like a light, like pale but not too pale type color, if that makes sense. Like this is just ugly. I always say that it looks like a 10-year-old like wanted to paint their room, like a preteen girl wanted to paint their room. Like I literally had this color as a preteen, and so did you. So anyways, and this is the person, the last tenant's bedroom. Couldn't do it. Anyway, I don't know. My boyfriend like told me all the things that we were like gonna do today, and I was like, sure, whatever. I just kind of go with things. But then I'm gonna read whenever I can, and I gotta get dressed now. Like I'm dressed. I woke up like this, and that's the truth. I woke up like this. Is that like, am I hot? Okay, so this is something fun. I'm only 35% of the way in Glory, and like I keep saying, I have like one day to read it. Like I don't know when it's gonna return, like either sometime like today, I don't know, I don't think so. I think it's probably gonna be sometime tomorrow, but I do not know what time tomorrow. So basically what I'm saying is that I'm gonna try to read as much as I can right here, right now. It's about like 8:25. I'm gonna get an energy drink, I'm gonna smoke a little blunt, but I'm going to be in a reading mind space. And hopefully I get a pretty large chunk done so that if it's due tomorrow, which is what I'm pretty sure is gonna happen, it's like I have barely anything and I make it. Let's see if I can do this. Hi. As you might be able to see, I am in the car. As you might be able to tell, it's early as shit in the morning. And I'm just doing my thing. I got into 55% of the way into Glory last night, which is so amazing for me. Because I'm gonna finish that shit today. And I have 10 hours, or probably like 9 hours now. So I have enough time on my audiobook. I only have 2 hours and 39 minutes left. Looks like somebody's gonna make it. If I don't get too distracted. I want to talk about what it's about, but this is such a bad position. Like I thought I was gonna be able to like have better lighting. Maybe I'll wait till it gets sunnier if that happens today, because it's a little cloudy and like it looked like it was like raining, but it's supposed to rain later today and it's supposed to be sunny up until then. I don't know. I think the sun's probably gonna come out soon. Anyway, there's a bank and there's a steering wheel and there's an air freshener and there's me. And I'm going to continue on with Glory, read as much as I can today, which means all of it. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay. I don't know how much I can say because I have had so many thoughts about Glory over the span of me reading it. And I should have been taking down notes, like typing things in my notes app, because now I'm like, what the fuck do I want to say? Like, I want to say something before I finish it. I'm at 75% of the way in, and it's just not it. I think it's gonna be probably like a 2.5, and that is just so disappointing because I was looking forward to this book. If you don't know, I guess I didn't really talk about it in here, but when I first saw what it was about and that there was like animal point of views and like kind of like Animal Farm, that is all way more allegorical than I thought it was gonna be. That's on me, honestly. But then it gets confusing because it's like the animals have like races, like there's like black animals and white animals, and then they're like using smartphones and Twitter, and so they're basically humans, but they are like animals. And I don't completely understand that, and I feel like I'm missing something when it comes to that. That aside, it's also, I feel like this is a fucking thing that people have been saying a lot, but it's true, and I'm the redundant one, but this book is so redundant. I literally screenshotted something, I'll put it right here and put it on my story. This is annoying. So annoying. I understand that it's trying to, it's the style that Novale Bluau, she decides to use, and I can acknowledge that, but it's annoying. What else? There was so many things that I had wanted to say. Like last night I was thinking of them and I was like, oh, And then I was like, I need to write those down, but I didn't. It keeps on going. This goes back to the redundant thing that I was just talking about. Like, it keeps on going when you could have just stopped. I think this could have been a shorter book. Dare I say it? I feel like, I say that all the time, but in this case, like, I really, really mean it. Like, I could read 180 pages of this, but 416, that's what Goodreads says it is. On my iPhone, it says it's 690, so that's a lot. That's a lot of pages for what you simply want to say. I'm sorry. Did that sound mean? It's like Animal Farm. Animal Farm is one of my favorite books. And when I heard that it was like basically an Animal Farm spoof, well, not spoof, I guess that's not the right word, but like, it takes the same type of thing, I was here for it. I wanted to see it happen, and I thought it was going to be like an instant classic, but I am not understanding, and it is boring, and I just want to be done with it. So that's where I'm at. If I have more to say, I will come through and say some shit. I'm sorry, I can't tell, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like everywhere in my brain. I have a headache, and I'm like in a parking lot, and I'm just like, should I go inside and get like an energy drink and some water? But then I'm like, I don't want to. Nothing matters, and this is stupid. I took a fucking thing out, and like, no, it's just like that. Hi, I'm in a little bit of a different location to talk about Glory. So this book, I ended up giving a 2-star, and I'm going to just say that before I get into it. And so I just did. So now I'm going to get into it. This book is supposed to be about the 2017 Zimbabwean coup against the president who had been the president for 4 decades. I did not know this going into the book at all. And I never look at the blurbs or like the description of what a book is. I just go into things not knowing shit. And so I was like 35% of the way in, and then I looked at the synopsis on Goodreads, and I was like, oh, okay, that adds up. And so the Zimbabwean president, again, of 4 decades, is supposed to be represented by the old horse. And people do not like the old horse. It's become a dictatorship, and he is not the greatest leader, and he's cocky, and he thinks that everybody loves him. He thinks that, they're all always celebrating him. He's done such a great job. But then all of a sudden he is told to resign. It's a whole entire parade basically of him resigning. Everybody is celebrating that he is not going to be the president anymore. And that's a very different thing than what he thought the entire time up in his head was going on. After the old horse resigns, we then get the vice president, I believe, and he becomes the president. People shortly realize he is even worse than the old horse. So that's no bueno, that's no fun. And so they take to Twitter talking about how the old horse was the two of the lesser evils. It's all politics, and it's represented by these animals. And yes, the animals were tweeting this information and stuff. It's a little weird. Editing Kai here to say that I missed a whole entire chunk of this book. There was a point in time where the goat, I don't remember her name exactly, she went back home because the goat was the old horse's sidekick, right-hand man, wife? I don't know if that was actually a thing or if I just made that up in my head. I can't remember. So don't take my word for that one. But she finally went back home after these 4 decades because she left. She ended up going to Jeddah, and her mother had looked for her for ages, and then she was finally back. And so that was a whole entire part of the book. And I can't believe I forgot to say that little section because that was actually the most enjoyable part for me. I really liked that story, and it was like heartwarming and at the same time, like, I would assume pretty realistic. Like, I don't know, it's just like, if you get caught up in all of that, like, what do you do besides never go back home? That made sense in my head. If you can't tell, I'm having a little bump kind of moment. It's fine, it's whatever. That meant, like, I guess that meant my head feels like a ping pong ball. My brain feels like a ping pong ball. Glory is not the best thing I should be reviewing when my head feels that way. I have feelings about this book. I think it had potential. I think it should have been shorter. I absolutely love Animal Farm. Again, it's taking, you know, the Animal Farm concept and putting it into this historical event. And, like, I loved that concept, but I think that them being animals was not necessarily necessary. It was a little weird. And I said earlier, like, there's races, like, black and white, like, and then they're, like, talking about tweeting and all that stuff. Like, I already said my qualms about it before, so I'm not going to go into it again. But that was weird to me. And then it just made it hard to get into, I think. And then there was also the part where the repetition, and like I said, I know it was like a stylistic choice and it's supposed to be like, yeah, it's like, it's the way the story is told, but I was going crazy. I'm going to put like all the screenshots that I have of the repeating things like right here. One of the things, it's just gonna be flashing different parts. Because I talked about this on Instagram. That's basically, like, instead of vlogging my reactions to things, I just put it on my Instagram story, basically. But you can follow my Instagram at Kai Knows How to Read. And I have, like, a highlight that's called Booker22 Be Like. And you can see all my very genuine reactions to Glory in that little highlight. One of the biggest ones was they continuously repeated da with da and another da, and that got stuck in my head so badly. I have a problem where if something is repeated, it will get stuck in my head ruthlessly. It's like one of the things that I hate the most about my brain. It's bad. Like, songs will always get stuck in my head, and it'll be like one line over and 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 over. And like, I wanted to say it that many times just so you know just how annoying it is in my fucking brain. And so Jadada with da and another da, at first I loved it. I loved it when they said that. I was like, okay, I like that. Like, I don't know, it was nice. And I liked that it was repeating until I didn't like it. And I was like, oh my God, would you shut the fuck up? That sounds bad. Oh my God, that was intense. But that's just how I felt. And it was so bad. Like, at one point, I tried to go to sleep one night, and while I was like drifting off to sleep, I'm also like, my sleeping isn't the best. Like, I'm kind of an insomniac. I've gotten better. I'm so glad that my sleeping has gotten better. But like, I take longer to drift off to sleep than the average person. And the entire motherfucking time I was just trying to go to sleep, all I could fucking hear is Jadada with da and another da. Oh my God, it was so bad. And then I would start saying it out loud, like, it's like as if like it was a song stuck in my head, like a line stuck in my head. I would like say it out loud, and then it like got so bad, like my boyfriend started saying it out loud too. Like, it was a whole thing. So that was enough. Enough is enough with that line. That's all I gotta say about that one. And overall, I think it was a little bit hard to get into. I think the biggest part of it really was the writing style. And that sucks because, like, I don't know, it just like had so much potential. I also want to say it was like very long-winded. Like, at points in times where it could have just stopped, it kept on going. There was like chunks of like the same exact like thing, basically, like the cicadas sang and the crickets chirped and the birds called, and then it would keep on going for like the entire page. We get it. People were celebrating, or people were loud, or whatever, and that was annoying. But again, it was like a stylistic choice. Like, no, Violet knew what she was doing, of course, when she wrote that. So it was like, it's not like you did it because you don't know how to write, like, at all. Like, I think her writing is very good, and I want to read her other book. What is it called? We Need New Names. I'm very intrigued by that book. I don't know what it's about, but I like the title. And I think she's an excellent writer. So, like, let's not say that I'm out here bashing her writing. But it is, again, the stylistic choice of repetition. It either works for you or it doesn't, and it does not work for me, bro. Like, not with this brain, nah. And it was just annoying. And again, I didn't even say this. I was like listening to it with an audiobook the entire time. So when it would come up with like repeating fucking lines, holy fuck, I would just skip it like 15, like you can go 15 seconds fast forward. I would do that all the time when it would do that. So that's all I gotta say about Glory. I'm so glad I got that done. Oh my God. I'm really impressed with myself for getting all this done, honestly, because look, I had probably one of the worst days of my life yesterday when I was supposed to be finishing all of this up. And I had a migraine. I woke up at like 3 a.m. Well, I had a headache all day yesterday, and then I had like a migraine. It turned into a migraine, and then like at 3 a.m. it was the worst it's ever been. I've never ever had my head hurt as bad as I did then, and it still hurts. And I haven't been eating right. I don't have the money to get food. I don't. And like, I haven't been, well, and all yesterday, like, I was just outside for like 5 hours. I was probably like a little bit dehydrated, honestly. It was a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But now I'm here, and I'm gonna give you guys this on this lovely Sunday afternoon. I promise all I have to do is edit this clip and talk about small things like these, and then edit that clip, and then I'll be done. And I'm happy about it. And I'm sorry that there's a lot of me talking, but you guys kind of know what you're in for, right? Hopefully. Well, you do now. What is up, girl queen pussy bosses? I'm here to give an interview. I'm in a weird mood. I'm sorry. I am kind of ornery. My boyfriend just called me ornery, and I kind of am. And let's not be. Hi, I'm here to give the review for O. William. I wanted to have had typed out a concise review that I put on Goodreads and possibly Instagram before this moment, but I didn't do that. And I really need to get these reviews done. So if it's a little bit all over the place, you're gonna have to deal with me, but I have some editing skills, so it'll probably make sense. I said don't call for me! Okay, he's doing dishes. He just needed me to wipe the sweat out of his eyes. Oh, William. This book follows Lucy Barton as she goes on this little adventure with her ex-husband, William. How it starts is William is trying to find his... I accidentally went on a whole tangent and didn't finish that sentence. I meant like William finds like a family secret and he asked Lucy to go with him somewhere to figure things out. Lucy, this entire time, she's kind of confused into why William and her have been friends for so long, because they got divorced because Lucy found out about William's promiscuity and his cheating. William, after that, like, got with people, had other wives, but those wives he is not still in contact with, he is not still friends with. Lucy is the only one, and she thinks that's very intriguing. She, all the time, like, this entire time, she's kind of like, I don't truthfully know William at all. Like, who is the guy that I married at one point in time? And like, so we see a lot of that. I love the writing style, and it's very like stream of consciousness. So in her, like, we're in her mind and we see what she thinks, and we see how she's like, I don't know this man at all. And then we get to the adventure where they go somewhere to find who William wanted to find. This is part of like a series that has like 4 books in it. Well, this is the 3rd one, and there's a 4th one coming out, I think, this year or next year. And then there was already 2 done. And I want to actually read the other ones because I liked this one so much. And like, you don't need to read like the other ones to read this one. It makes sense on its own. But I just want to. I gave it a 4 out of 5. My brain is kind of scattered right now, and I don't know. It's a very short book, so I feel like I can't really say much more about it. I really did enjoy it. I think that if that sounds at all interesting to you, try it out. You know, I really here's why I like the story so much. I think it kind of reminds me of a better version of Sorrow and Bliss. Well, okay, Sorrow and Bliss and William were doing 2 different things. Let me just say that. Like, it's not the same intent, but what I'm trying to say is I liked the premise of Sorrow and Bliss, where it was like, okay, ex-partners, you know, they're divorced to each other, and then they're still like interacting, and like one of them is dealt with the divorce one way and the other another. And I think that it's really interesting to look at. It's always been an intriguing like point of view to see. And also I really loved that this was like, she was older, she was like in her 70s, I believe, and I absolutely loved reading from an older perspective. I think I personally need more of that. I think we could use more of that just as a collective society. I feel like I don't have anything knowledgeable to say because it was a simple 150-page book that just went by. But I have got to say, so far, it has been my favorite book of the Booker Prize. So my favorite book so far out of the 4 books I've read has been a William at 4 stars. No 5 stars yet, but I am reading Trust, and you'll see that in my next part 2 of this little thing I'm doing. And I'm really liking it, and I think it might surpass a William in rating. So let's hope. I hope that was concise enough for you and for me, for fuck's sake. Hello everybody. I just want to say I'm not doing well at all. My head just hurts so bad, and I'm sorry that this end part here got a little bit chaotic. But I wanted to say at the beginning I said I was going to do a Small Things Like These review, and I just still haven't like filmed it, so it's not going to happen. But luckily I filmed a William yesterday, so I get that. I'll do my Small Things Like These one in part 2, hopefully. Thank you for watching. Is this going to be an outro? It could be. Thank you for watching. I know this was chaos by the end, but I had a lot of fun doing this, and I can't wait to do it for a second time. Hopefully it's like not too stressful for me to continue on with the vlogging. I'm just going through a lot. Nobody needs to know that, but I hope you all have a great Sunday. Thank you for watching.